again, at this point, we don't have any confirmation. We do know there has been some wind damage out at Ellisville when the storms rolled through earlier. And we saw that earlier when Gary was talking to you about the storm. It looks like that lowering is right in this area here. So that is just to the west, maybe southwest of Brentwood and into Clayton. So in this area is the area that we're going to monitor for that potential. So you need to be in your safe place right now in that area as we continue to track this storm. The tornado warning continues now. It does include a very large area that we're tracking. And the reason is because you've got one potential circulation here and maybe another one down here. So this storm, you see this little area here? This is the outflow boundary kind of feeding into the storm. And so whenever you have a boundary and you have a thunderstorm, these boundaries tend to enhance the ability for the storm to spin. And that's our concern. So that's why this is such a large encompassing warning that does include all of St. Louis City, and it includes much of the inside 270 area here as you're working in from West St. Louis County across the river into Madison County and down into northern portions of Saint Clair County. So that's what we're tracking right now. We're going to put the radar, the wind on here for you, and we'll show you that at this point, it's not as clear as you'd like to see, but there does look like there's some circulation there right around Olive. That would be in University City, and that's coming in towards the city right now. So we did not see it on the camera, anything actually lowering to the ground, but definitely some spin in there. So let's put a track on this and show you what it looks like here as we track this out. And I'll get my glasses back on so I can see what I'm doing here. It's going, what, 50 miles an hour, Gary?
Down to 35.
Down to 35. All right, so let's do this. So let's just say this is close to University City, maybe Richmond Heights. We're just going to pull it off to the east because one of the questions was that we weren't sure exactly how this is moving because that outflow boundary, it tends to maybe move a little more southeast, but generally east. So Ford Branch Elementary, it's there right now. Heading towards Tower Grove, St. Louis University, SLU High, Webster School. Of course, we're in the path of that. Obviously, it's about to come into St. Louis, into the city limits once it gets through Clayton here. And then eventually it's going across the river. And you're looking at a 12:58 time for Madison, East St. Louis 12:59. And that will mean Madison Senior High School, Nelson Mandela School, and eventually over towards Fairmont City. If you're in the path of this storm, you need to be in your safe spot right now. Where is that safe spot? Well, it's going to be on the lowest floor. If you're in a home, in a standard house, you want to go down into the basement if you have that basement. If no basement's available, then you just go to the lowest floor, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and that means a bathroom. Maybe it's a closet. Maybe it's the hall. That's where you want to be. You get into the area here around Richmond Heights up to University City, and as we get in through Clayton, we definitely have high-rise buildings coming into the city. If you're in one of those big high-rise buildings at this point, you just move interior hallways there, kind of where you go in. Most of the hallways, we don't have outdoor exits. You just want to get away from the windows, get inside. Even if you're on an upper floor, the big concrete and steel buildings are not going to give way.